Hi to everyone. I'm from Wayout, and as the name suggests, we want to provide a way out of the current matrix. And I will talk about drinking water and drinking water production and distribution and dispensing of that. So as you may have seen in news lately, at least myself looking in the news and seeing water-related issues and problem every day, there is a great talk about what we find in our tap water like PFAS, microplastic, hormones and whatever that our new infrastructure cannot deal with. So we have new chemicals coming up that is actually affecting us seriously. We have also the water scarcity situation where 1/3 of humanity is actually out of safe drinking water. That's a huge potential and it's a huge challenge as well. And then we see the area where maybe we are most concerned on from our side is the plastic waste side. And all of these are obviously going together. So if you drink a bottle of plastic water, you certainly have released something from the plastic moving into the water while you're drinking it. And recently we had, I think it was 2 weeks ago, that New York City sued PepsiCo for the waste handling in the region. You know that one of the larger polluters in the world, plastic, is the bigger plastic bottled water companies or beverage companies. And this is a huge crisis as we see it. 1.5 billion plastic bottles are sold and produced every day. Less than 9% are recycled. The growth of that industry is faster than the growth of the recycling. So, and all of these bottles then ends up by the end of the day in our stomach or in our food systems. It's raining microplastic on Antarctica. We have microplastic on Mariana Trench. If you get a mosquito bite on the Maldives that I was recently, you get microplastic in your blood. It's a huge problem. So we have a concept that we call future-proof drinking water platform. This is a picture from our microfactory that we call it, that we have in our commercial center in Dubai. And obviously you could probably guess that it's in the Middle East at least. So the concept is built up on a couple of components. Behind here you see the tech side, which is really deep tech, a containerized size microfactory, we call it, that can take any kind of water source, seawater, river, wastewater, grey water, hippo pool water, any kind of water you can find. We turn it into basically clean H2O, taking away microplastic, PFAS, hormones, everything, adding the minerals you need for nutrition. Because without the minerals, it also could be a dangerous water supply that you can be depleting your natural minerals inside. So that's the first part of our technology where we have some IP. We believe we do it more efficient than others. We believe that we have a better recirculation of water, but you find many places in that space. So what we do next in that microfactory is that we are filling what we call kegs. These are almost like beverage kegs. We are filling them and have a mechanical sealing and a digital sealing on that. So they are totally safe, basically like a plastic bottle that you hear the click. You cannot tamper with it. This is done automatically, moving out in the last mile delivery like any kind of 5-gallon plastic comparable solutions out to a dispenser we have developed. That is also connected, so you get a signal saying that you're the right keg, you have the right table of content inside, it's the right quality, and it's also mechanical handshake, so seeing that the right one. All these are connected and then give data up back to the cloud system. And this data is then possible to do preventive maintenance, improvement, machine learnings of how the system works. We get consumption data. We can plan last mile delivery, so the whole system can be made very, very efficient. And as you all know, the effect is really in the details. So when it comes to the carbon footprints, it's really about how many kegs do we have out there. And to do that efficiently, we need to have the technology we're having. So we have two very strong industrial partners on that side. Siemens is doing everything that is digital for us. So when it comes to the automation, the IoT solutions, the cloud solutions, even the dashboard for the clients and the operators, but also the dynamic LCA platform that we're using to constantly attract data from our suppliers. So everything is done digitally connected by Siemens. Alfa Laval is building the whole hardware for us, and we can use their facilities basically in many places in the world. So overall, as a summary of this, we avoid single-use plastic. We have what we believe the highest quality of water that you can get. We have no microplastic, no PFAS. There is no chemical in the process, because when the container is done, it moves back and being cleaned by ozone, ozone technology. So we have no chemical in the process. We can avoid long way transport and not sending Evian from France down to Pakistan or whatever. We can produce where we consume. And this is also important when it comes to the unit economics. 50% or more from a cost point of view, from the source to the mouth of the consumer, is logistics. And we can avoid basically all of that. So for each of these units that cater for 10,000 people, maybe, for the drinking water need, we save 13 million plastic bottles and approximately 1,400 tons of CO2, enabling us also to get carbon credits in the future. I give you one example how our technology can be applied. Maybe some of you have read about the case in Wayout. It's an island nation close to Madagascar. They have basically no water left. So as this is a French former colony, the French governments are sending 17 million plastic bottles every month to the supply. It's not a pretty awesome infrastructure, but that's how it's done. If we could install 15 of our system on Wayout, we can serve their infrastructure for the whole country for 30 years. By doing so, they would save $28 million per year compared to the current situation. They will save 1 million liters of water that is not wasted in France. They would save 2 million plastic bottles that will not end up in landfill at Wayout, beautiful beaches or whatever. And obviously, they will save a lot of CO2. Recently, we participated at COP. Finally, there was some signing done, and I think it was at least partly a success. For us, it was very successful. Our partner Siemens decided to showcase their whole technology through our Wayout system. So we had all our system placed at the major stage at COP, obviously in the green zone, but at the Siemens pavilion, together with BMW, Siemens, and Wayout. So we are pretty happy about that for a small company like us. During that week, there's a competition between Qatar and UAE. They had also a sustainability conference, and the municipal water company Karama decided to award us as the most innovative partners. So we're also happy for that, and we are doing a lot of interesting projects together with Karama for the future as well, with an ambition of getting Qatar plastic-free, single-use plastic-free. Just some final words on the economics. We believe that we cannot have a change towards, let's say, for the consumer, a better sustainable solution if they have to pay more than they are paying today. So our system is targeting to have a price point lower than the plastic. And by doing so, with all the economics and unit economics, currently today, when we have quite high priced on the production, we are at least at a payback time of 2.5 years. We are moving that down to 1.5 in 2-3 years' time, validated by our suppliers, and we believe that we can do that. The unit itself has a lifespan of 30 years, and we have a water as a service concept. So we have a contract of 5 years. We are charging per month, so there is no capex for the clients. And as these are bankable contracts, we get support from the Swedish export credit by export guarantees, and we can then move to the bank and debt finance the whole contract, giving us a very positive cash situation at signing of the contract, even though we have as a service deal. So just some final numbers. Our ambition is obviously very high. Sometimes we speak about that we want to become or be a little bit like a Tesla for water. We are targeting to have, at least until 2027, around 500 systems out. Currently in the funnel today that we are discussing is more than 300 systems. So we are pretty confident, even though it will be a tough journey, that we will get there. And a final word, you can say that the potential is basically endless, and we believe that our bottleneck is mainly finance. So we are doing a financial round right now, almost finished, but we're targeting a major Series A next year by the end of the year, and be happy to talk to any one of you who find it of interest. Thank you so much.